Okay, hello Ninthers, and well, once again, a very warm welcome. You must have, if you already haven't seen the history video, well, I guess history does become a bit boring at times, but then please look into that also because, well, I tried making it. And coming back to geography, let us start talking about the most important thing. One of this, or this is that one thing, or one of those few things which actually makes it possible for us to live on this planet, this blue planet. And firstly, it's water, but then all of it lies on this atmosphere, or all of it depends on this atmosphere. Without atmosphere, we would have not been able to live over here. Had the atmosphere been thicker or more denser, it would have been more problematic. Had the atmosphere been more rarer or lighter or less dense, it would have been more problematic for us and we wouldn't have been able to live over here. So this atmosphere, what is actually the atmosphere? Atmosphere is nothing but the covering of the gases, or the envelope of gases which covers the entire earth is called the atmosphere. Now, what are the importance of the atmosphere? These are a few things which all of you all know, commonsensical things. Atmosphere makes the Earth a unique planet in the solar system, supplies oxygen to support life on the Earth. In its absence, the Earth would have been lifeless like the other planets. Now, a few things to be kept in mind. This oxygen is also, which is there, this oxygen is also in a balanced level. Had it been little much more, things would have started burning, because you all know oxygen is a combustible gas. So things would have started burning on its own. Had it been lesser, then it would have not been able to support human life. Maybe other lives would have been over here, but human life would not have been able to exist over here. So oxygen is over here, and this makes the earth one of, or this is one of the reason why earth is habitable. Next, the presence of carbon dioxide supports plant life on earth. One thing is they missed out over here. This presence of carbon dioxide is also a very important thing. Now this carbon dioxide, you all have made carbon dioxide, not only you, we all have made, and newspapers, articles, and televisions, documentaries, all of these have made carbon dioxide one of the biggest villain on this planet. Why? Greenhouse effect, or the greenhouse gas. So we say carbon dioxide is a greenhouse gas, so इसलिए मार दो उसको. But no, carbon dioxide is very important, and greenhouse effect is also very very important. What actually is greenhouse effect? It is there somewhere later in the chapter, but let us just discuss about it. This is the earth, surface of the earth. There's a mountain someplace, maybe over there in the Himalayas. That's the surface of the earth. So it is daytime right now, suppose, and over here what is happening is that the sun's rays are falling on this surface, and the sun's ray which is falling on this surface, the earth is soaking up those sun's rays, and during the daytime the earth is soaking up those sun's rays, and the earth is becoming hot. The surface of the earth over here, it is becoming hotter, and as the surface of the earth is becoming hotter, you all know one thing: anything that is hot, it gives out radiation. Suppose this pen over here, had this pen been over hot over here, you could have felt the heat. Had you wouldn't have to hold it in your hand so as to feel the heat. You would have felt the heat even if you had kept your hand over here. Or a very better example, if you just the stove, the gas is lighted, the LPG cylinder, or the gas which is connected to the LPG cylinder, that is lighted, and mama has lighted that, and suppose you keep your hand on top of it or to the sides of it, you will feel the warmth. You do not have to put your hand in the fire, but you will still feel the warmth. If there is a bonfire somewhere outside, if fire is burning outside, you do not have to get into that fire. You will be feeling the warmth from a distance away. Why? Because anything that is hot gives out a radiation and that radiation which is coming out, so this earth earth also becomes hot during the day. The earth is soaking up, absorbing all the heat from the sun which is coming, the energy which is coming from the sun, that is getting absorbed by the earth's surface. Now what happens is that during the daytime, the now let us think of the sun's energy which is coming in. Let us think of it as the incoming energy, and the earth which is giving out the radiation, let us think of it as the outgoing energy. During the daytime, what happens is that the incoming energy is a lot more than the outgoing energy. The sun's ray is there, the sun is shining bright, and the energy of the sun is coming and falling on the earth, and the earth is getting heated up, it is absorbing a lot, so the incoming is a lot more than the outgoing. Earth is also giving out a bit of heat, but then it is not very much, not very high. So the Earth is giving out heat, but not that high, and that is the outgoing. As the evening starts coming, as the sun starts going down and it falls below the horizon, what happens is that the incoming becomes zero right now. Why? Because there is no sun, there is no energy coming from the sun. But the outgoing is happening, and the outgoing starts becoming maximum. So what starts happening is that the Earth's surface starts losing out heat, and the surface of the Earth starts cooling down. That is why the air around the surface of the Earth also becomes cool. You must have felt that during the daytime it is very hot, but at night it does become a tad bit cooler. During the summer season, I'm talking of mostly, and winter, because it is cold throughout the day, so you wouldn't be able to understand that. But still, during the daytime, you do not feel that cold, but during the night, it is colder. During the winters also. So what happens is that this is the reason why at night the outgoing radiation is a lot more. Now what happens is there is something very important. There's the covering of the carbon dioxide over here. Carbon dioxide is a very potent or a very important greenhouse gas. Now greenhouse effect is the trapping of the heat inside the Earth's surface. Now as the Earth's surface is giving out the radiation, it is going out, but it cannot, all of it cannot escape into the atmosphere. The carbon dioxide is trapping some of the heat back. So the heat was wanting to go up, escape into the atmosphere, but then it is coming and returning back into the Earth. And this helps keep the Earth warm at night. That is why the temperature of the Earth does not fall very low during the night, but in moon the atmosphere is very, very, very low, very light. That is why what happens on the moon is that during the daytime moon is having a lot or very high temperature, but at night there is nothing to trap the heat of the moon. That is why what happens is that at night the moon becomes very, very cold. That is why all those places are inhabitable. So this carbon dioxide over here is not a villain which we have made it to be. Yes, excess of carbon dioxide is the villain. Now, but actually, if you see, we humans are the villains actually, because we are the ones who are responsible for this excess carbon dioxide. Next, the atmosphere filters a great deal of the harmful ultraviolet and infrared rays coming from the sun. In the absence of the atmosphere, life would not have been possible on the Earth because of that excess ultraviolet rays. We are very close to the sun, Mercury, Venus, Earth. So we are very close to the sun, and because of the closeness to the proximity to the sun, we would have had a huge amount of ultraviolet rays coming onto the Earth. That would have not caused, or that would have not made life possible on Earth. But then we are blessed because the Earth is having a shield which is known as the ozone layer. But we humans, we do not like anything that is good actually. We are destroying the Earth, we are destroying the atmosphere, we are destroying the ozone layer, we are doing everything and which is there in our power so as to destroy our life on this planet. Those things will be dealt afterwards. Now the atmosphere acts as a blanket for the Earth. It prevents, see, this is what I was talking about. It prevents rapid escape of heat by terrestrial radiation, keeping the Earth warm during the nights. This is done by the villain which we call known as carbon dioxide, CO2. That atmosphere helps in maintaining the temperature suitable for life. The Earth does not experience extremes of temperatures due to the presence of the atmosphere. Similar, they have repeated this point over here. Atmosphere protects the millions of meteors and meteorites which fall towards the Earth frequently. What actually happens is that as the meteors are trying to enter into the atmosphere is a very thick layer actually. So meteors, as they are when they are moving in space, they were not having any kind of friction. As they enter the Earth's atmosphere, they encounter friction, and because they are at a very high speed, so there will be a high amount of friction. High amount of friction will mean the meteor starts or gets alighted, it catches fire, and as it starts falling into the atmosphere, it starts burning, and by the time it reaches the lower levels of the atmosphere, it has mostly burnt out. The temperature difference within the atmosphere generates air circulation, so we have winds, rain and other weather phenomena. Lowest layer of the Earth's atmosphere provides suitable conditions for water cycle, heat cycle, etc. that is necessary for existence of life. Thus, it serves as a medium for the circulation of water vapor. What actually it means to say over here is that there is difference of air pressure. Some places hot, some places colder on the Earth, and the surface due to the sun actually, due to our tilt of the Earth's axis, due to the rotation and the revolution, there are so many other factors. So, due to the difference in the pressure on different places of the Earth, you all know liquids, any kind of fluid, water or liquids or gases, they move from a higher pressure area to low pressure area. So as there are different pressure points or different pressure belts on the Earth, there is a movement, there is movement of air and wind, and all of these things we'll be discussing later when we'll discuss about the pressure belts of the earth. Atmosphere is colorless, tasteless, and odorless. It is mobile, elastic, and both compressible and expansible. I do not know why it is important, given under importance. We do not feel the presence of the atmosphere unless there is a horizontal movement in it in the form of wind. I again do not know what importance they found in this point. The atmosphere is not as dense as land or water, but it has weight, so it exerts pressure. It is the densest at sea level and gets thinner rapidly upwards. We all have felt that. You must have seen people who move. That is why when people climb onto high mountains, they carry oxygen cylinders along with them. Why? Because the air starts getting thinner as we move upwards. There will be lesser oxygen, and people may suffocate. Next, let us talk of the composition of the atmosphere. You all have started, or you all have been doing this from junior classes. See, the atmosphere is a mixture of several gases: water vapor, dust particles. Nitrogen and oxygen are the two chief gases. Composition of the air varies not only from place to place but also from time to time. Most abundant gas in the atmosphere is nitrogen, 78% of the volume of pure dry air. Why is nitrogen so important? Nitrogen is so very important because it does not allow oxygen to keep burning. It does not allow oxygen to keep burning. Nitrogen does not allow anything to burn. That is why it helps in keeping the earth free from getting burnt. Oxygen forms about 20%, 21% of the volume of pure dry air. Other gases, small quantities: argon 0.93%, carbon dioxide 0.03%. Then there is neon, ozone, hydrogen, helium, methane, etc. Proportion of these gases is fairly constant in the lower layers of the atmosphere, so these are called fixed components of the atmosphere. That which it actually means is that these components nearly stay same. Their percentage does not vary much. These there are variable components like water vapor, dust particles, smoke, salt, and pollen grains present in the air. The quantity of these components varies from place to place. Water vapor content is the highest over the oceans. It forms only 0.2% by volume, but it plays most significant role in the atmosphere. It is added by the atmosphere by the process of evaporation. Not only evaporation, I've been keeping on telling you all since junior classes, evapotranspiration. So water vapor, although so less, but then it is very important because it helps give rise to so many weather phenomena. We have rain, we have the different forms of precipitation, we have the movement of we have the pressure differences because of water vapor. So there are so many things which is there, so much importance of this water vapor. Smoke particles are found mostly in the industrial regions where fossil fuels like coal and petroleum are burnt as the source of energy. Dust particles are found in abundance over the desert region. This is a commonsensical thing. We'll be discussing about all these things in the next video lecture, but then till then, please keep studying, stay safe, and stay happy. Thank you.